Hi, this is Mrs. Williams, and we're going to be learning a little about history tonight in the way of the Columbian Exchange. Yes, or as I like to call it, sharing culinary delights and how to wipe out a whole bunch of people with diseases. Featuring the Europeans, of course. Yes, they're the ones that came over. And the natives of the New World. Well, it all started with Columbus. Columbus was one of the first explorers that made his name by finding what he thought was the Indies. And he came to some islands, and he sat there and decided this is a pretty cool place, and it had some really neat stuff that he wanted to share with Europe. So he was loading up his ship, taking it all back to Europe. One of the things was beans. Yes, beans, things we make chili beans and good burritos out of. Well, he brought those back to Europe along with corn. Corn was great because corn enabled them to feed their cattle and fatten up those cattle in a way that they were able to have good old-fashioned barbecues on a regular basis with all that beef. And tobacco. Yes, it's a plant, tobacco. He took that back also, which wasn't in the long run a good thing because they figured out they could smoke it, which is a bad thing because it causes cancer. So that wasn't the only thing. How about some squash? Who doesn't like a good pumpkin? Hey, we've got to have pumpkins for Halloween, right? Well, that's what the tobacco looks like when it's dried. Yeah, they figured out they could dry it and smoke it. Now, the potato was a good thing that Columbus took back. Columbus and the other explorers took back. The potato enabled people to feed 4 times as many people cultivating the same amount of ground as they did with wheat. So, people could eat the potatoes and not starve because they had more food per acre when they grew potatoes rather than wheat. And then there was pineapples. Oh, what a great thing that was. Who doesn't like a good juicy pineapple? And turkeys. Yeah, they didn't have any turkeys back there. They needed to celebrate Thanksgiving. They needed some turkeys. Now Europe had, they had peanuts. Oh, no, not that kind of peanut. That's the peanut we sent back to the old world. Yum. Peanut butter. Yeah, peanuts. That was another good staple that explorers brought back. Hershey chocolate? I don't think so. How'd that get in there? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, there it is. Yeah, the cocoa plant. That's it. That's what they made chocolate out of. That's the pod that chocolate comes out of. And they ate the beans and grind them up and drank it. Well, we sent it to Europe. They added to make chocolate. They added milk and sugar. And that's where you got a good cup of hot chocolate. Well, the Europeans weren't going to be outdone. No way. So the explorers decided they'd load up their ships and send a little something over to the New World. And in doing that, they were able to introduce cattle and chickens and bananas. Yes, bananas. Ooh, can't go a day without a banana. Along with grapes. Some good old-fashioned fruit. I like that. Along with, cup of joe. There we go. So that's how we got a mocha. They sent over the chocolate. We sent over New World, Old World, sent over the coffee beans. Well, that was all. They had horses also. The Native Americans didn't run up to Columbus on a horse. They'd never seen one before. That was the Europeans that sent the horses over, which made it easier for the Native Americans to hunt buffalo, which in the long run wasn't a real good thing because they killed too many of them. But it was a good thing to have a horse. And rice. Yes, from Europe and Asia, they sent different kinds of rices over. And pork. Who doesn't like a good pork sandwich? Bacon. I love bacon. Well, that was sent over from the Europeans in the Old World to the New World. But unfortunately, they also brought something we don't like, and that is death. Yes, they brought death. The explorers took death to the New World in the form of diseases. And these were awful diseases because the Native Americans, they were unable to fight the germs. Like influenza. This flu killed a lot of people. Just having the flu. They just didn't have the immune system to be able to beat it. Smallpox was another one. It's a horrible disease. Thousands were killed from it. And then another disease was measles. Measles is like a childhood disease to us. But to the Native Americans, it was death. It killed thousands and thousands, wiped out whole tribes. Unfortunately, For the Native Americans, they were doomed. They just couldn't fight off. They didn't have the immune system they needed to fight off the diseases. The Europeans didn't know what they were doing. They didn't realize it. Columbus and Magellan and Cortez and the others, they didn't realize what they were introducing to the New World. Well, I know they didn't do it on purpose anyway. So that was some of the things that were brought in through the Columbian exchange, named after Columbus. So, for more information, check out your textbook, page 18, and eat more chicken. Wait, chicken, cattle.